Alright, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And I have decided, good, bad, or indifferent, that what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can attempt to go through the whole process of creating a portfolio and then putting the whole thing out on FileZilla when I get done. Okay? Now, I may or may not have mentioned this, but a couple really good sites that you can go to get free pictures, supposedly with no, you don't have to worry about any kind of problems with you stealing anything or whatever. Those are Unsplash.com and Pixels.com. All right, they by no means am I saying that they're the only ones, but these are two sites that I have used in the past, and I've never really had any problems doing anything, using them. So there they are, unsplash.com and pexels.com. Now, as I go in and start up MobiRise, this isn't it. This is something I did a long, long time ago. See the kind of stuff that you can do with this. It's not that great. I literally did it in about 10 minutes. All right, but I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say that I want to create a new site. There it is. And I'm just going to call it portfolio. Oops. Remember, by default, it gives you a site with the current date on it. So, portfolio. I spelled it right. I think I did. Okay, and that's what comes up when you first start. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in a menu. Okay, and when you put in a menu, you got your choice. It can be a dark one, a light one. You can change the coloring, etc. Let's try a light one here. I don't like that at all, so I'm not going to use that one, or maybe I will. It's not terrible, but I want to see what the other one looks like, so. Maybe I'm just more used to using the one that's darker, but that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so this is what I have. And now I've got a choice. Okay, I can come in here and I can add more links. I can get rid of this button. I can do a lot of different things. All right. First thing I want to do is I don't want that picture. All right. I could select a different image. I'd have to have something light probably. So I probably could try something like this. All right. I don't know. That's okay. And I'm just going to change the what's the text in here. I'm going to change it to Jeff Scott portfolio. Okay, and again, I can come in here and I can change the coloring, I can change the size, I can literally change anything that I want to change. So I can come in here, title 1, and make it nice and big. That's kind of silly, but how about 3? Now that's a little small. How about 2 in the middle? That's even too big. I guess 3 will work. All right, so I now have that. I could change that picture if I wanted to. And I was going to come in here and I was going to put in 4 links. They were going to say AWD 1000, AWD 1100, AWD 1111, and AWD 1112. But you know what? I didn't really think that looked very good. So I'm going to change these. And this first one here, I guess I'm going to leave this as home. All right. And if I want to, I can come in here again and I can change the picture or whatever I want. But I'm going to come into the first one that's right here. And I'm going to change this to web. Okay. Now when I do that, that's looking funky. I don't know why those are different, but they are. So I can come in and change whatever I want to change, but I really like the picture of that home right there. I guess it'll do. All right. But as I come in here, come on, let's just close that. I've got web, and I'd like to know, let's see, icon size, etc. Yeah. if I come over here by the gear, let's see, show logo, yeah, logo size. Do I want it that big? No. I can leave it like that. Maybe I'll change it later. I don't know. The brand name, that's just me. The menu items, again, if I didn't want them, I could hide them. I do want them. All right. Could have a hover color if I want it on here. I don't want this button to show, so I'm going to get rid of that. So let's see what I have here. All right. So I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it does. Well, I'm having problems with that. So I'm just going to move down and I'll continue on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and let's see. I mean, I want to put something in here, but I don't know what I want to put in here yet. So I want to add a user block. This is acting very funky right now as far as I'm concerned, but add block to page. That's what I want to do. Don't want that. Show all. There we go. All right, so what do I want in here? Intro with an image. I could do that, I guess. I don't really like that, to be honest with you. Intro with a background video. Intro with a big pop-up. Full screen intro. I don't want anything full screen. Intro with pop-up video. Intro forum. There's a lot of stuff I can put in here. Alright, so I can replace what's in here. I don't really like this. Maybe I just want to begin with, I don't want a full screen, but maybe I just want something with a color on it. I don't know. I'm just looking for something that I think kind of goes with me, whatever that happens to be. I don't like those full screens. Let's go back to what we had here, this intro image. We can change that later if we want to. All right. Then underneath this, oops, I want to put another section in here. All right. And in fact, I want to put 4 sections in here. So the next one that I want to put in, let's see. And now that I look at, there's an intro with icons. How does that look? That's okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. Yeah. Full screen intro with background image, color overlay, and icons. Okay. Kind of like that better than what I've got here, this intro with image. So let's get rid of this. Whoops. And we'll start with this. All right. Kind of looks, as far as I can tell, let's see. I can change the image if I want to. I could make that me, I guess, but I don't really want to do that. All right. But let's go in and work on the text that's here. All right, I've already got up there Jeff Scott portfolio, so what do I want? All right, as you can probably tell looking at that, that's pretty doggone big. All right, probably don't want that. Make a link. Can make basically anything I want here. Let's change it from a title 1. Let's try title 2. Looks a little better. All right, I'll just leave it there for right now. And I'm going to come in and I don't even want that text. And I don't see the need to have a button in there either, to be honest with you. and show buttons. Boom. There. All right, now I've got here type text, show text. There. That looks okay. Now this I'm going to change. Okay, and it says here I can change it to different icons. Okay, let's see if we can find a globe. There's a globe. Okay, and let's change this to website design. Sounds good. This next one here, I'm just going to keep doing this. All right, and I don't know, I've never really gone in and taken a look at it to see if there's yet another way to do this. So in other words, there's no computer stuff. Okay. Let's see. That kind of looks like a computer there. And so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to call this C# programming. All right, I'll go to my next one here. I don't want to reuse the icons because to me that'll look bad. So the next one would be our ASP.NET. Okay, if we were fourth semester, we did make something with a shopping cart in there, so I'm going to change that to ASP.NET. And the last one will be for Android. And I'm sure they don't have the Android. Oh, they kind of do right there. There we go. Okay, so this is what I have right now. Good, bad, or indifferent. I've got my name. And again, I may decide later to make that smaller. But I want to be able to click here, and I want to go down to another part of the page. Click here and go down to another part of the page. Click here and go down to another part of the page. Click here and go to another part of the page. Okay? Again, I'm just doing this literally kind of off the cuff, for lack of better words, just thinking about it. So what's next? I have no idea what that's going to look like, but first thing I'd like to do is just put a different background color in there, just so it break it up a little bit. So top, no, bottom, no, media size. Make that bigger. That doesn't look too bad. And I'll be able to go in here and make the text. I can play with that as well. I'll change that image in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and say this is an example of a website that I created for the class, for the AWD 1000 Web Development Technologies class during the fall 2019 semester. It is meant to reflect the St. Louis Blues Stanley Cup Championship season. Okay, and again, if I don't like that, you already know this, I can click here, I can click on text, all right, and for example, I could make it bigger. Okay, I'm going to go back and not, just make it text. I can stretch this out, I can do whatever it is I want to do. Now, what I have done, and I'll have to find this, unfortunately. Let's see. I don't know if I have this on which drive I have it, but I'm going to look. Probably not here, but we'll look anyway. Maybe I do. Alright, so let's see. I mean, I could come in here and I guess, let's see if I can do it this way. Alright, and what I mean is, come on. How about this? Let's see. Lewis. Blues. Well, if they have anything for them in here. Doesn't look like there's anything in Pixels. There's St. Louis here, but I don't see any St. Louis Blues. Okay, that's fine. Let's go in and try to find a picture. I don't know, on Google Images. I don't know how that'll scale, so let's go back. There's a lot of nice pictures that they have in here. I've seen these before. Did I save that image? Alright. Blues. It's a WebP, and that is basically, that is a Google image that probably, it works well with Android, but we'll see if it works in here or not. So let's just put it on the desktop. And if I come in here and do the same thing, so I want to change this image. Selected image. So I want to browse my computer, desktop, Blues WebP. There is a possibility that there is an inconsistency or an incompatibility between WebP and MobiRise. If there is, I'll have to find something else. That's why it may be just sitting there spinning its wheels like this. Alright, so let's find a different picture. It should work. And it's a JPEG. Alright, so let's see if we can replace the picture with that one. Alright, so what I would do on here then is I would come in and click on this and also see on the image here, can I make it hyperlink? So I want to link the image to. Alright, so I wanted to open a new window, and let's see, block on home page. I'm going to give it a web address, and I have to see where I put this. Alright, so I'm going to want to link that to right here, insert link. So what should happen then is when I click on here, it should open up on a new page in GitHub. Alright, now the other thing I didn't do is I should have, does this have a heading we can put in here? I'm sure we can add a heading, we can add some text in here. Alright, in fact, let's do that here. So let's come in here and say AWD 1000 Web Development Technology website. Alright, so this is an example of a website, etc. So you can see that. Now I want to click on here, and I want this icon to link. On the page I think it's content 6.5, but we'll find out. Alright, now let's just see if I've done anything. So I'm going to click right here, which is going to preview it in the browser. It's a work in progress, remember, so if I click here, it did not work. Well, let's see if I come down here, does this work? That brings me to my page. That's good, that's a good start. But I'm going to have to change this and see if I know where this is. Alright, and what I'd like is if I click here, I'd like it to go there. Alright, so I've got one. Then I'm going to put another one here for C#. Then I'm going to put another one here for ASP.NET. Then I'll put another one here for Android. Hopefully what I just said makes at least a little bit of sense. Alright, so I want to get back to here. And I want to click on, let's see. And I think, how about this? That should be enough for a start. And I'll continue on in just a couple minutes.